Good morning, my friends. It is Friday, and I had intended to get this video up yesterday, and then my husband was home from work unexpectedly, and I'm not comfortable yet filming a whole video in front of him, so I decided to wait until today when I was home alone. So I'm a day late, but I got to wear one of my absolute favorite shirts today because it's only like 60 degrees out right now, which is my jam. And I am so excited. It's September and it's gonna start to feel like fall because it's my favorite season. Anyway, what I thought I would share with you today is my September TBR. So if you don't know, although if you're watching a booktube video, I assume you know, TBR stands for To Be Read. And I'm one of those people who likes to have a plan. I'm firstborn, I am type A personality, I'm a Virgo, I'm everything that makes you want to have a plan. So every month towards the end of the month, or sometimes even a month before that, if I'm feeling really anxious, I like to make lists and that helps my anxiety. So I'll start planning out my TBR. And I like having a list of books that I'm planning to read, and then sometimes I go off the rails and I don't read those books, but most of the time I'm pretty good and I stick to what I choose for the month. And I do have a system where I try to plan at least one diverse read, so a book by a BIPOC author or featuring diverse characters. I'm trying now to also pick at least one book that has LGBTQ themes per month. I have a challenge that I do each year that is 12 books recommended by 12 friends, and then I read one of those books each month. And I also like to try and do the A to Z title book challenge. So each month I try to read books that have different titles that start with the different letters of the alphabet so that I can fill out the entire A to Z before the end of the year. So when I sit down to plan out my TBR, I take all of those things into consideration, and then I look at what I have already either purchased or been gifted, or you know, what I have available to choose from, and I select a variety of audiobooks, ebooks, and physical books because I read everything. And I am addicted to audiobooks, and so I always have an audiobook list as well as a regular book list. So I thought I'd share what I'm planning to read in September. As today is the 3rd, I've already read the first book off my September TBR, so that's pretty great. I've finished the first book in the Luna Marked series by Heather Renee on the last day of August. So I started with the second book in that series, which is Wolf Taken, and I read that as an ebook and I finished it last night. Now I have to wait till the end of this month when book 3 comes out, which is, I believe it's Wolf Mated, and that one, like I said, I'll be diving into probably next month because it doesn't come out right till the end of this month. But yeah, so checked that off the list already, but let me tell you about the rest. So let me start with audiobooks, which obviously I don't have the physical versions to show you. So as you already noticed, I'm just going to put book covers up here so that you can see what I'm talking about. But for audiobooks this month, the first one I'm going to read is Evermore Academy Summer by Audrey Gray, and this is the last book in the Evermore Academy series. I read the first 2 already, devoured them, and then had to wait for this one to come out, and then I got distracted by other things, so it's been out for a few months and I've been dying to get to it. And now that it's fall, or at least feeling like fall, I should read the summer book. sometimes plans go awry. But anyway, this is a really great sort of enemies to lovers, academy, supernatural book. So if you like any of those themes, I really love this series. And the first one is Evermore Academy Winter. So start there. Like I said, I devoured the first two, and this is the last one, and I'm excited to finish it. The next ebook that I'm going to do is Visions of Heat by Nalini Singh, and this is from the Psy Changeling series. It's book 2. I am absolutely addicted to shifter books, and Nalini Singh writes almost every book I've ever read by her has been a 5-star. She is fantastic. If you haven't read her books, they're amazing. She does shifters. She does a angel series. And I didn't love that one as much, but that's because I'm not as much into angels as I am shifters. So I have other friends who absolutely adore that series, so give it a shot if that's more up your alley. Like I said, she writes phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal books. But anyway, Visions of Heat is book 2 in the Psy Changeling series, and I actually started reading the Psy Changeling Trinity series, which is a spin-off from this one first. And there are, I believe, 5 books in that series now, and book 1 of that spin-off series is literally one of my top favorite books of all time. Silver Silence is amazing, and so now, while I'm waiting for more books in that series, I was like, I'll go back and read the books in the original series, and I like doing them as audiobooks, so I've been picking them up very slowly. And obviously I'm on book 2 now. So long story, sorry. And then the other 2 audiobooks I'm going to try and listen to in September are books 1 and 2 in the Murderbot Diaries by, I believe it's Martha Wells. I don't have it written down right in front of me. You'll see it on the book cover, but I think it's Martha Wells. So the first book is All Systems Red, and then the second book is Artificial Condition, and they're supposed to be absolutely amazing, and they've been on my list to try and get to for a long time. So I'm gonna try and fit those 2 in this month, and then I think there's only 3 of them. So I would be doing the next one next month, but we'll see. Okay, so next I have 2 physical books to read this month. I have a lot of ebooks on my list, so I only have 2 physical books, but one, I am super excited. I won a copy from Goodreads of A Lot Like Adios by Alexis Daria. And this is the follow-up to You Had Me at Hola, which I listened to as an audiobook, and it was amazing. It was so good. The first one is about 2 actors, an actor and an actress, who end up on a show together, and he's a telenovela star and she is somebody who's trying to break into the business, and they both obviously want their careers to go forward, and they're both very concerned about not messing up their images. There's some other things going on, and they can't fight their physical attraction to each other, and it was so good. So I'm really excited to do A Lot Like Adios, which is a I don't want to say a spin-off, but the characters are related to the first set. And I am so excited to read this. It comes out like midway through the month. So I'm going to be reading and reviewing it probably next week. So you can check my Goodreads if you want to see what I think of it when I'm done. But I'm so excited. Thank you so much to Goodreads and the publisher, who's Avon, for sending me that copy. I'm so excited. Next on my physical list is finally, I've been meaning to read this forever. It's Of Wicked Blood by Olivia Wildenstein and Katie Hayoz. This is book 1 of the Quatrefoil Chronicles, and it's sort of like a magical heist book, I guess, and it is supposed to be stellar, and the sequel's out now, so I'm excited because I can read this one and then probably next month read Of Tainted Heart. But this is also my 12 books, my 12 Recs by 12 Friends read for the month. Somebody recommended this one and has been poking at me to see when I was finally going to read it. But I planned, this is my birthday month, and I knew I was going to have this edition, and I just feel like it's going to be a fun and beautiful read. So I'm excited for that one. Olivia Wildenstein is one of my all-time favorite indie authors. If you have not read her books, check them out. Seriously, again, like Nalini Singh, every single one has basically been a 5-star read for me. I love Olivia's work, and I'm kicking myself that I haven't read Of Wicked Blood yet, so that one's coming up. All right, and now we're gonna get to my ginormous list of ebooks that I plan to read this month. So I don't know how this happened. I'm starting grad school next week. I'm getting another master's degree, and yes, I said another. This will be my second master's degree, and it's in a totally different field, and I'm a little bit nervous, and my first 2 classes are going to be quite heavy on the reading, and so I had promised myself that I was going to plan a light reading month for pleasure reading, and somehow it spiraled out of control. So now I have this huge list of books that I not only said I was going to read, but most of them I said I was going to review. So I am trying, I've got a 3-day weekend this weekend, and I'm hoping I can get through at least a couple of them so that I can knock them off the list and not have to stress myself out so much the rest of the month, but we'll see. So anyway, I am very excited for all of these titles though. Like, I wouldn't have agreed to read and review them if I wasn't pretty sure I was gonna like them. I don't tend to pick up books that I don't think I'm going to enjoy. Sometimes I'm surprised and I don't like them, and I'll DNF them, which means do not finish. But most of the time, I at least like them. So I'm hopeful for all of these. I am super excited about some of them. So I'm just gonna sort of run down the list so that you guys, again, know what I'm planning to read, and we'll see what happens. I'll give you guys sort of an update towards the end of the month. But the first one is excuse me, an arc I'm going to be reviewing for a tour, and it's The Court of Dragons by Frost K. And I've not read anything by Frost K, and her books are supposed to be absolutely amazing, so I figured this was a great place to start, and it sounds really cool. Anything with dragons in the title generally works for me. Plus I love this cover. But yeah, so this will be my debut Frost K book. And then next is the one I actually started last night. This one, and I have to say this slowly because I always mess up this title. It is Lockdown on London Lane I keep trying to put the word love in this title because I want it to be a love story. And there may be romance in it. I'm not sure yet, but it's not in the title, Jessica. The title is Lockdown on London Lane. See, even then, still sticks in my mouth. But this one I got through NetGalley, and it sounds really, really cute. It is the story of an entire building that gets put into lockdown because of a virus. Gee, I wonder where that storyline came from. And then obviously people are freaking out because they're stuck in their building for 7 days. So I'm excited to see the different neighbors and what goes on with people. It sounds really good. So like I said, I just started that one last night. Like I read a chapter. So fingers crossed, it's amazing. The next one is also one that I got through NetGalley. If you don't know, I love cozy mysteries and I try to read them like one a month or so. It doesn't always work out, but when I was a librarian, I ran a cozy mystery book club and I read one a month for that. And they're just so fun. Cozy mysteries are amazing. They have the small town or small village setting. They have amateur detectives. There might be a little romance in there. And then they have like a theme, food or crafting or books or whatever. And they're just, the fact that you can pick one up and finish it in an afternoon is great. They're just light, fun reads. So this one is A Dash of Death. And it just looked cute. And like I said, I always am on the lookout for those. And so I'm going to read and review this one early for NetGalley. And hopefully it's a good one. The next one I'm super excited for. I pre-ordered this ebook. I always look for sort of like a royal themed vacation read that I read right around my birthday, mid-month, because I usually take a vacation in September, and so this is like my vacation book. I'm not taking a vacation this year because starting grad school, but I still purchased my vacation book. So this one is The Royals Next Door, and it sounds so cute. I love, my favorite trope of all time is secret royals, whether it's a royal who doesn't know they're a royal and they find out, like the Princess Diaries, or it is a royal who's hiding the fact that they're royal, like a million other stories. It just makes it so good. It's my favorite trope. So this one is about somebody who finds out that there are a couple of royals who have temporarily moved in next door. And obviously people are going to be interested in what's going on with the royalty, but it's actually a romance with the security guy next door. And I was like, oh my God, it sounds so great. I can't wait to read it. So yes, that one's just for me for fun. I mentioned right at the beginning that I'm reading I read Wolf Taken. And then I have another shifter book that I'm going to be reading called First Shift. By S.J. Skelly. AJ Skelly? It's on the book cover. The last name is Skelly. But anyway, I'm excited because I have both the first and second book of this series. And as I said, I'm obsessed with shifter books, most specifically werewolves. And so I'm always looking out for new urban fantasy or paranormal romance books that have them. And this series sounded really good. It's gotten great reviews so far. So I'll be checking out book 1 this month and then reviewing book 2 next month. Unless it's so good that I have to dive immediately into the next one. We'll see. And then I'm reviewing book 2, The Midnight Spell by Juliana Haygert. I read the first one, The Midnight Test, and liked it. It's to do with witches and the Light Grove witches. The main character is joining their coven and stuff happens and it's like a big test that she has to pass. And then this is book 2, and like I said, I liked the first one, so I was excited to be able to get the chance to review the second one as well. We're getting closer to official spooky season, and I'll be reading more witchy reads. It's just the way it's gonna be. Speaking of witchy reads, Juliette Cross writes one of my favorite series. It is featuring the Savoy sisters in New Orleans, and they are witches. And oh my God, the first book is Wolf Gone Wild, and it is fantastic. And then there's Don't Hex and Drive, and then there is Witches Get Stitches. It's such a fun title. And then I am super excited. I get to read and review this one early through NetGalley. It is Walking in a Witchy Winter. Slow down, Jessica, and let's take that title and actually read it correctly. It's Walking in a Witchy Wonderland. It is a Christmas-themed set of short stories set in this same world. And it's coming out officially in October, so I'm super excited to read it early because I love these stories. The setting, the characters, they're all great. Amazing. So I'm really excited for that one. Thank you, NetGalley. Thank you, Juliette Cross. And thank you to the publisher for letting me review it early. And my last book is another one I am super excited for. As I mentioned, and I'll keep mentioning, and you guys are going to be sick of hearing me say it, I am a huge urban fantasy paranormal romance reader. And I got the chance to read and review an early copy of Glimmer of the Other by Heather G. Harris. And it was the first book in this amazing new urban fantasy series about a girl who is a private investigator and ends up finding out about this magical world that coexists with ours, and figures out that she has special abilities and gets sucked into this world and basically ends up saving the world in the end. Like, I'm not going to give you major spoilers, but if there's a book 2, you know, things worked out at the end of book 1. But I will give you this little mini spoiler that she has the most adorable sidekick dog ever. And there's something very special about this dog as well. And the dog's name is Gatto, which means cat, which is just the funniest thing. But anyway, I'm trying not to give too much away, but it's amazing. I really loved book 1, and I am super thankful that the author has given me an arc of book 2, which is Glimmer of Hope, to read and review in advance of that one releasing. So super excited to read that as well. So like I said, I had planned to not read as many books this month, and then I got so many opportunities for the chances to read things early, things I'm super excited about, and I have trouble saying no sometimes. So I'm really hoping that I can get to all of these books, but we will see. It's going to depend on how my schoolwork, like how intensive that is. There may be some books that I have to just sort of put aside, and I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm deciding which ones they are. But I'm very excited for all of the books that I picked out to try and read this month. So let me know in the comments some of the things you're excited to read this month. And do you plan a TBR, or are you a pure mood reader? Like, do you just pick things up as the whim hits you? I'm always curious to find out, you know, how people choose their books. Give me a holler. Let me know. Okay. Thanks for tuning in with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you are reading something amazing right now. Stay hydrated. Happy reading. Okay. Bye, guys.